Hi, welcome back channel, TrainStation2. Alright, we managed to get second in the first competition, but of course you can see there's a huge EP gap between myself and the first place. I think that's really tough. I have the pay-to-win player. And of course I'm showing you right now, which is two of the gift code. Hopefully you get those little bit of rewards extras, and not forgetting do your spin, so if you could gain a bit more and then engage an additional dispatcher. All right, so we have this free gift for the day. Definitely not this. I'm talking about the 50 event keys and of course the 12,000 gold. In this event, I just find it's a bit tough. In the onset itself, you have to basically claim all the batch trains. Then this is a free batch train, and of course two other trains that is basically using Go as well as the event keys. Once you're done with that, you're going to upgrade these batch trains, and of course that gives you more rewards because that's part of the mini challenge. Then the difficult part comes into play because the raw material they only allows you to claim after you made some of the jobs. And what's more difficult will be that after you clear and you claim that two raw material, the third one is not out yet until you clear a lot more jobs. So that gives the whole event a bit different ball game that we used to, whereby raw materials are already available for you on an onset. So things get really tough. You're going to spend some gems, of course, to upgrade your factory initially. But once you're done with that, you are basically dry with the event because we don't have much gems to begin with. So that's put us in a very difficult position whereby we can't really move forward. It's a bit stuck, and it's the algorithm behind the scene. Pixel seems to suggest that basically making frustrated players give them better popularity. I'm not too sure about how that works, but that's basically what I'm experiencing as a player. We just get so frustrated with the fact that there are algo behind the scene that will know what other items they don't have, and they keep asking for this. So especially when you can't even collect the raw materials to make them. So it's really something that Pixel shouldn't be doing, and basically frustrates players. Players are finding just too difficult. And of course, this is the event fleet upgrade I talked about earlier. With that, you get some extras. Not forgetting we're going to spend that precious union dollars in this long event that will allows you to increase the batch trains capacity. Then of course you go ahead and struggle through until you unlock more of that raw materials. So once that's done, one of the raw materials as usual would cost you 50 minutes of wait time, and the remaining two others is 3 minutes. That of course with a very tiny amount of raw materials to collect each time. We're given the fact that you have a very small fleet of batch trains with low capacity. So all this comes into play and just makes the whole thing so cumbersome. You just find like you're trying to manufacture items and you need huge amounts of raw materials, which takes you a long time, and then they keep on asking for those. Basically, it's a trick to let you spend real money to get gems to expedite the whole process. So that's what Pixel is doing right now. It's so much different from the past, whereby you get to play more freely. Now it makes it so tough, pushing people towards pay to win. So hopefully you don't fall for that trick. Do as what you like, claim as what you think is deemed fit, and you don't claim first or even second or third. That's perfectly fine. Eventually, if you persistent throughout the 6 competition, I'm sure you'll be able to generate at least sufficient event keys for one legendary. If you save enough, 4,000 event keys, and then if you're lucky, you win competitions, you will have another legendary. So that's the aim for every single event, and you have a huge fleet of legendary trains in your current region, which is the one that you claimed. There are times where people are going to promote to a new region. It is really tough, especially in the midst of competition. If you could delay that, why not? Because once you enter into a new region, Basically you start from scratch, very low capacity trains. So all this is really painful, but we got to start somewhere, right? So if your idea is to have good amounts of trains in a new region, then what you could do is to save enough of the event keys or event coins and only claim the legendary in the new region totally. But of course, that's at the tail end. Sometimes, unfortunately, you got to shift to the new region at the start or the second competition. Then that screws up things a bit. But it just means for this event, there are everlasting events coming about. So don't worry about too much. You don't do it well in this. You could do well in next. All right. So we got, nonetheless, that shouldn't stop you from promoting from region to region. That being said, it's not meant to encourage you to move to the next region really quick. Because the fact that once you shift region without fully being prepared for it, when I talk preparation, I'm talking about having sufficient meta keys, because you need huge tons of meta keys, maybe 5,000 or more, in order to move the new region. Get a lot of those containers opened so you can get good amount of trains. Hopefully get some epic and legendary through those container opening, but chances are really slim. So that's why I said the effort should be put into the events to gain the legendary train. Getting the region legendary train is really tough, but that's not the end. The capacity is so much smaller compared to the event legendaries of 80. Those are 60 for the regions. All right. Now back to the event itself. As you can see, the amount of items really high to be delivered, and again they're picking up things that we do not have. So we try our best here to do whatever we could. Sometimes you got to spend a little bit more gems than usual. Of course, it's really draining out all the gems, left with 26 at the onset. So this is just the first competition, so I really don't know how we could survive with such amount of gems. But throughout the whole event, there'll be opportunity that we can earn. Being sites watching video, event rewards would have some. I think more importantly is really to try to plan well in getting the raw materials in before setting out dispatches, and also try to work your way after union play to gain more of that union dollars for the batch trains capacity upgrade. So all these are important. Gems aside, the other really important commodity will be gold. If you could collect every 4 hourly, then of course parts as well. All right, so that's the end of the competitions, and we are about 500 EP points away from the first. So you can see how much this Taka actually spent in the game, which in my opinion is really silly. Do not spend so much in the game, because that's really not worth it. No doubt you could get first and whatnot, but spending money in the game is really crazy in my opinion. So if you could, free to play, enjoy the game while it's possible, because the game will just get back to us as usual, because they're trying to earn more money out of you. All right, thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.